All right, if loving you is wrong, fans. Now, just a video with my thoughts on not who set the shed on fire, because number one, I've already done a video on that, but number two, I do need to do a part two of that mini series because after talking with my mom as well as other fans of the show, the list of suspects has expanded. So be on the lookout for another video, probably called, who set the shit on fire part two, but that's going to come in the future. But let's just talk about Alex and Randall. And the question I want to present to you all is, will they survive their current ordeal that has them sweating? Rim shot. I know that was lame, but whatever, it's a joke. But I wanted to present my case in terms of when you really think about it, in some ways, the parallel storylines of the haves and the have-nots and If Loving You Is Wrong do meet at times, but they never fully touch together because some of the storylines, personality traits of characters from one show are written into the other one, but of course with different characters. So when you really think about it, the way those two were trapped in the shed and the shed caught on fire, that's how the finale of the haves and the have-nots should have been after, Veronica was forced off the road with Melissa, taking the wheel. That would have been an interesting way for the actual finale to end. Don't get me wrong, the car wreck itself was, oh my God, are they dead? But to add fire in there too, that would have been really, really interesting. I mean, to push it even further, the ending where the episode where Melissa crawled out and then the gas started pouring out and she's like, I smell gas, and the car started going on fire. They could have done that as the finale. So the reason I'm doing this video is because I feel like they might copy some of the elements of the car wreck into the shed being on fire. Maybe instead of Alex and Randall dying, they actually, have to be put in the hospital because of smoke in the lungs and something along those lines, especially if there's a fire in somebody's backyard in that close-knit neighborhood. I'm pretty sure the fire department will show up at some point, but I really want to know what you all think. Well, obviously, let me just talk about the one thing people are talking about a lot and how stupid it is. They're in a flippin' shed with tools and there are two windows that they can bust out in order to escape. Or heck, if you want to go so far to use some of them power tools, chop down the door, knock it down, or do something along those lines to get out. I mean, sure, you have to fight the flames, but I'm pretty sure your chances to fight your way through those flames will be better than being in a closed up shed and having no choice but to be cremated. Quincy Jr. Ooh, interesting. But the reason I wanted to talk about this scenario is, in a sick kind of way, do you think that this fire might actually bring Randall and Alex together? Here's what I mean. Remember when Alex went into labor, Randall was the one to take her to the hospital? Pretty much she was in a vulnerable position where she literally needed help from the devil himself, and he did it. And of course, I believe, Kelly, Esperanza, and Natalie made him leave the hospital. I think Natalie didn't she cut him with like a paper cutter or something along those. I forgot. It was like a mini knife. I think it was something she might have got from the post office. I don't know. But I feel like it's possible. I'm just theorizing here. Hang with me now. Maybe Randall saves Alex from the fire. I don't know. I mean, look at the fact that we had a finale where Veronica tried to burn David alive in the house and he made it out alive. So are you telling me that Alex and Randall, who are in a freaking shed with power tools, can't make it out alive because Veronica poured gasoline around the bed, threw a match in the bedroom, and then walked out, sat on the front stoop to smoke a cigarette? David woke up and somehow escaped the flames and made it downstairs to the front steps as well. And you're telling me that Randall and Alex in the shed with all those tools and two windows they can bust open wouldn't be able to survive a shed fire? I'm sorry, but if one or both of them die or get grave, all right, I can understand some burns, especially if it takes them time to, oh my God, we have all these things we can use to bust the window or break down the door. And then if they try to escape the flames and get some burns, I will accept that. But for them to actually die, when in these other shows and even in previous seasons of the show, there have been other fires to a bigger magnitude where the victims were able to make it out unscathed for the most part. I cannot in my right mind wrap myself around believing that one or both of these characters will die in this fire. I really cannot believe it. I do feel like Tyler Perry really set the bar high with this finale, with all the drama, the miscarriage, Kelly's suicide, and now a fire to the shed. So in my mind, I don't think these two are going to die, but I do find it interesting if it were somewhat of a twist where Randall actually saves Alex, you know, because to be honest, let's see, Alex was trying to make amends while Randall was trying to get it on, but then Alex made him come to his senses by saying, look, I smell gasoline or smoke or something, and then that's when the fire was discovered. And it's like, hey, we're trapped in here. And then Randall, you know, goes around and actually saves her. Or I guess you could say another question is, what if, you know, Alex or Randall are able to, you know, open the door, something along those lines, or bust a hole through the window? Alex is left with the decision to either leave Randall in the flames or save him. Do you think Alex would actually save Randall? That's another good question I want to ask you, because I don't doubt in my mind that Randall would save Alex, if nothing more than getting some later on. But I guess the bigger question is, do you think Alex would save Randall from the flames? So I want to cut this video off right here because I do feel like I presented a good deal of, you know, theory questions that I want to get some feedback on in regards to who will survive the fire. Will they try to, you know, one up each other in the dog eat dog kind of mentality, and will they come to their senses to use those tools to bust out? So leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you in the next video.